Fox 10 Verizon 4G LTE Sports Night is back.
We continue on a Sunday night. As many of us know, life can change in a moment, in an instant. How would you react to an accident, a moment? How would you respond? How would you cope? How would you adjust? Tonight, Gail Jansen and sports photographer Brad Gass with the story of ASU baseball player Cory Hahn.
Baseball is much more than a game. It's a passion. It takes a hold of people. People like Cory Hahn. Yet 14 months ago, the game took something from him.
It was just like another day in the minds of baseball, though. You know, to me, it was just another day, another game, you know, just another day to wake up and be excited for.
It was a Sunday. Hahn was living his dream. Starting as a freshman for Sun Devil baseball was rare. It was just his third collegiate game. His father, Dale, drove from Corona, California early that morning to be there. The outfielder was on first base after being walked.
It was first and second. He was on the back end of a double steal. Catcher decided to throw to second as opposed to third. Second baseman was a little late getting towards the bag. You know, all these little factors that kind of click into this thing. And as the throw was going into second base, you could see that it was sailing towards the right center field, second base side of the bag. And second baseman made his recovery to try to glove it as Cory is sliding in head first. And you see the collision. And, you know, at that time, the way he was laying, I thought he was knocked out.
The injury is very painless. You don't feel anything, just frankly because you lose feeling. So that was the initial thing that happened to me is went in, cracked, and obviously didn't feel it. And then when I kind of rolled over onto my side and I saw the ball go out in the center field, and my first instinct was, all right, get up, go to third. And that's when I realized, because I went to go get up, and I couldn't move. And I was like, this is weird.
We walked down on the field, and that's when the paramedics were just about here. You could see them coming up here, and that's when he told me, Dad, I can't move and I can't feel a thing. So at that time, the thoughts that go through your head, you really can't even describe.
Hahn had broken his C5 cervical vertebrae. He was paralyzed from the chest down, but his mind was still on baseball.
He was just still in the moment of the aggressiveness of playing the game, and the statement he made was that he knew that the ball was in center field, so he knew he had to get up and go to third base, and he couldn't do it.
After spending 9 days in intensive care at Barrows Institute in St. Joseph Hospital, he then spent 50 days in a rehab facility near his home. His focus then became returning to ASU.
Throughout the Christmas break, he kept bringing it up and wants to go back, and we were, I was somewhat reluctant. My wife was more open to it, and so was he.
Dale quit his sales job and moved to Tempe, becoming Cory's caregiver.
He's willing to sacrifice everything he's worked for, and put that all on hold for the moment to be here with me in school and to give me rides to the ballpark and to do this, do that. It's kind of almost, there's not even words to put in to describe, how thankful I am for what he's done for me.
1 month became several months. Dale's life continues to revolve around his son's busy college schedule.
We go day to day. That's how best works for us. It's our routine that we use, that we don't make plans weeks in advance for things or, trips or anything like that. We just know what we have to do that particular day. We know what we had to do today, Thursday.
Early on, Cory had very limited use of his hands, but it took an embarrassing situation when he was having lunch with his friends that motivated him to relearn to feed himself.
Being in public and realizing that, my friends are feeding me, I felt embarrassed. Obviously, to the people around me, they probably thought that, well, what a nice gesture of his friends, helping him out. But to me, that was something that just kind of tore me apart, that I couldn't do that on my own. And that was kind of the biggest kickstart as into my independence. Because I came home and I was like, Mom, Dad, I was embarrassed and I gotta figure this out.
Hahn was the Sun Devils' top recruit. He was named Mr. California after he helped Mater Dei High School win the state's CIF championship.
It was more than just a high school game. That was a CIF championship game. So they were CIF champions his senior year, 2010.
And what did he do in that game?
He pitched 5 perfect innings, and then in the 6th he hit a home run, tying one of the. They won 2-0, but he did hit a home run in that game too, and made a nice catch out in center field. So it was a nice send-off.
Hahn continues to adjust to his new normal. Baseball goals have changed to basic life skills.
At first, if anybody asked me what's your goal, it was to walk again. But in the hospital, I didn't really realize there's a lot more to it than walking. And that's now that I'm realizing that, I set small goals, daily to succeed in, whether it's getting to class by myself or eating my own lunch type thing. So yeah, there's immediate goals, and the few of them that are very immediate are driving.
Along the way, he'll have his biggest fan by his side.
His passion was this game, and he was very successful at it. But I think he's going to be very successful at almost anything he tackles.
Gail Jansen for Sports Night.